Hello, everybody. This is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And the title for today's video is It's Not Your Fault. It's not your fault. And so I'll wait for some people here to get on to make sure that everything is clicking here. And really excited to share this message with you. When my mentor shared this with me, it made me realize, wow, I didn't realize. Okay, so there's Dustin. Thank you very much. I see we're live now, and I'll go ahead and get started. So the first thing I want each and every one of you, hey my son, hi Jessica, Eric, Craig, happy Friday to you. Hi my incredible wife, Terry, love you. And Lisa, Melody, wow. What is that, Christina from Portugal, thank you very much. Bill, Luis, John, excellent. So let me get started. The first thing I want to ask each and every one of you, and you can go ahead and post in there, I'll post in the group because I think it's awesome, is how many of you got an owner's manual? You know what I mean? So how many of you got an owner's manual for life? Anyone? Bueller, anyone? Hi, Mike, how you doing? And here's why I bring this up, is it's not your fault if the people that raised you and the people that you were around didn't get an owner's manual either. So I find it really interesting that a majority of us, again, what is only expected of us, the only thing that's expected of us is, don't kill somebody, try to be nice, maybe get through school. A lot of us didn't make it through school. Then, get a good job, then from there, I don't know, maybe get married, have kids, get a house. Renting or mortgage didn't, it probably would be nicer to have a home, but most people rent. And there you go. It's like no one really expects any more from us. Not any more from us. That's it. Hi, Tina. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Ben. Ola. Jessica. Again, I might have said that. Norma. There we go. Okay, so, when my mentor shared this with me, that's what really sort of got me. So, a lot of people want, and you guys seen me do this video the other day, is like, the victim mentality, right? And so we want to blame. We really, truly want to blame somebody, anybody, anything for our current situation. And it's really, really crazy that we just go out there and we just go, hey, good comment, Bill. Money doesn't grow on trees. Well, where does it grow, right? And so a lot of us may or may not have been into the whole concept of, hey, if we go get a little more education, then that could equate to more dollars per hour or a bigger salary. And I was very fortunate. That worked for me. I went to a straight trade school, North Dakota State School of Science, got into automotive engineering, which is a really fancy name for auto mechanic, a person that works on cars. How many of you notice that we have a tendency, don't we? We have a tendency of making our position a little more glorified than it really is. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Rachel. I see Ben on here. And let me give you an example. So I'm an automotive engineer. Well, what do you do every day? I work on cars. I work on cars. A landscape engineer might be a person that mows your lawn. You know what I mean? What is it? A waste management engineer is someone that, takes out the garbage. I love what my wife said the other day. She's a domestic goddess. And so, when the money doesn't really pay, it is like we sort of like get little praise and recognition maybe from our title. You'll even notice that people have a tendency of getting promotions, but when they get promotions, they might get a raise, but the company now expects more out of them. So the reason that I say this to you is that I really can't imagine right now. It really saddens me. But I can't imagine all the people in the world right now that are suffering and they really don't have an answer. They have zero answer. They don't know how to increase their income. They don't know how to get ahead of inflation. A lot of people, because of really bad things happening in the world, I can't imagine packing up your family and relocating to another place, not being able to bring your furniture, your clothes, or any of your memorable memories from your family. You just got to go to another country and just start all over. And it's like, you really think about all this craziness. And again, it all comes back to, your owner's manual. So, me, not only did I not have a lot of right thinking, stinking thinking, but there was also this paradigm shift, right? So, again, you'll hear a lot of these great quotes from my mentors that I'm just going to tell you. And the one that I created out of all these quotes is, if what you know for a fact that you would be willing to die for or fight for, if what you know isn't so, when would you like to know? So if all this stuff that we brought up in our mind, it wasn't like that. We don't know where we get this information from. And I always like starting out at the little small part, right? It is, we're told as kids, when we go outside, make sure to get a jacket. Bobby, make sure you get a jacket. Why? Well, because you could catch a cold. When we all know that temperature has nothing to do with a virus. Zero to do with a virus. But yet, that's sort of caught on. One of my favorite stories is, four women, or four girls, four women both, that are all in a kitchen. And they're preparing a ham for a family meal. And all of a sudden, the mom, grabs the ham and she cuts the ends off the ham. And the girl says, Mom, why do you do that? And she says, oh my God, that's a great, I don't know. Let's ask Grandma. My mom, let's ask Grandma. And all of a sudden she goes, I don't know. Let's ask great grandma. My mom. And the girl says, great grandma, why do you cut the ends off the ham? And she said, well, my oven is so small. And what's the moral of the story? Is that the other women don't know why they do what they did. Now that they go back to the original source, they find out that's not true. What else is there out there that you really truly believe in with all your heart that's not true? I'll give you a good one. I thought that you needed to be intelligent, that you needed to be straight A's, that you had to have a master's degree, a PhD. You have to be extremely, extremely smart to make a lot of money. My mentors were able to share with me a couple of books like Science of Getting Rich and Think and Grow Rich, and The Greatest Secret, which is sort of an audio by Earl Nightingale. And all of a sudden you find out, when you find out people that have made millions from these books, like Bob Proctor and Zig Ziglar and Jim Rohn, all the people that, I followed when I was young, no, they didn't make it through school. You hear about the billionaires today that dropped out of school. You know what I mean? The Bill Gates of the world and the Facebook, people like that just said, hey, I'm done with school because education was to get a job. I want to start my own business. So that was one that I found out when I found out you don't have to be smart and you apply principles of successful people like OPI, other people's ideas, other people's efforts and energy, other people's money, that if you find a way to get leverage and residual in your life, you don't have to be smart. You got to get great at following trends. And trends happen with or without us. And when someone starts a trend, everyone laughs at it. Everyone laughs at it. Like all of a sudden, Walmart. It's like, God, would you go to one store to get everything? And then someone made that mousetrap a little better and called it Costco. And so do you think that people would pay a membership? They would pay a subscription to actually shop in bulk in a warehouse? And it's like, Oh my God, that worked. Well, what if we could get everyone to buy from Amazon? And then what if you didn't need to stock the products? What if you could just be a middleman between the world and these other companies, and product could be shipped directly to them, called drop shipping? Oh my God. Did you guys realize that people used to have to get a brick building for a business? A brick building, a location with an address, insurance, overhead, utility bills, all of this stuff. Now there's people that make millions on social media with a phone in their hand. It's like, wow, where did this all go? So, you got, Airbnb, you got, Bro, whatever that's called. My wife laughing at me. Excuse me. But, it's like you got all these companies now that make more money than hotels and hotels and motels, but they're actually using somebody else's model. So now people can actually earn money from properties, and instead of renting them out, they can do this Airbnb. So there's a stream for the owner of the property, and there's also luxury for a person that's coming in, and it doesn't have to be hooked to a hotel. VRBO. There you go. Thank you. And then you got Uber, right? Terry and I are watching some crazy ones about super pump, and all of a sudden someone comes up with a great idea to go against the cab industry, the chauffeured car industry, and it disrupted it. And so all of a sudden now you got people, wow, you can order a car from your phone and someone pulls up. One of our really dear friends, we just had sushi with him last night or the night before, is a guy named Doug Harkins. He's been with him forever, and since they started, and the guy makes like $4,000 or $5,000 a month, being an Uber driver. And he even has some really neat things over the 6 or 7 years that he's been doing it, which really blew me away. We ask him, hey, listen, you use your own car? And he goes, no. He says, Uber has a contract with rent-a-car places, and I rent a car, and we get a discount. So, $30 and $200 a week, we get to use their car, right? And so it's just amazing to me that the stuff that we thought that we knew are slowly changing. And I know that you guys could go into all kinds of stuff because it's crazy the stuff we hear from people. So what's my point on this? It's not your fault. It's not your fault if you consistently are listening to a group of people that you grew up around and you consistently do what they do. Now, that's called ignorance. Ignorance is not a bad word. That very simply means that you didn't know what you didn't know. You didn't know what you didn't know. Once you become aware of something and you continue to do the same stuff you've always done, it's not only insane, but it's stupid. It's very, very, very stupid for someone to say, hey, listen, I can show you how to work a few minutes, 20 minutes a day, 20 minutes a week, and I can show you how to supplement, get an extra $100, $200, $300 in profit into your home and have checks come in weekly. I can show you how to go out and share information that's really incredible knowledge, and you can go out there and use other people's business models. So, when you think about what I do and Terry and I do, we don't have employees. We don't have to stock materials. We don't have insurance. We don't have brick and mortar. We don't have to have these crazy accountants that figure out how to do taxes in, 200 countries. It's like, wow, how to pay people in 200 countries. I can get in and very simply share with someone a very simple thing that they can do and just change their buying habits just a little bit. Instead of buying a quality premium product from Walmart, they can buy those quality products from our company. And with a minimal investment, a very small investment, on upfront and on a monthly basis, a person for zero can start to earn income and start making enough income where they could slowly move up. They actually are in charge of their own raises. They're in charge of their own promotions. They get to hang around motivated, positive people that actually are going someplace. If I just looked at what I do and all I got to do is hang around funner, super fun people that are positive and got joy in their life, and they expect, listen, they expect their life in 22 to be better than 21. That's better than 20. That's better than 19. You get a lot of people that are around in a synergy. And Think and Grow Rich talks about, you become who you hang around. And all I did, ladies and gentlemen, is start hanging around people that didn't think like the rest of the 97% of the people on the planet. They went, wow, there's a way that you can learn something simple called being a prosumer. I'll do a whole different video about that. But do you guys realize right now that there's people that are in their 70s, 80s, 90s, older, that are in retirement homes, that are making money online by doing TikTok videos? There's someone that I brought up in my previous videos named Mr. Beast, and this guy estimated made over $54 million last year on social media, mostly YouTube. With all of his channels, he has over 200 million subscribers. Did you hear that? 200 million subscribers. My son talked to me about, this new author. And this author, just like, now it's like you don't have to get your book published. My book, was self-published. When people buy it from Amazon, they get it in one day. And it's printed that day. It's like now record labels. People don't have to go through record labels. Now they can produce songs. I believe whether you like these people or not doesn't make a difference. But now a lot of artists like Lil Nas and some of these people are now taking their music and going straight to download, just bypassing everyone. Is that just, so we're not paying attention. The way that things used to be done are not done that way. And believe it or not, the marketing that I do is not done like it was in 2 years. 2 years ago. So when you're thinking about, I can do these videos every day and basically reach everyone in the world that has the ability to go through Wi-Fi that's not being censored by your country. And you have the ability to learn. How much do you have to pay for that training? Nothing. And I'm like going, wow, we live in a time where things that are not like that anymore, like Terry and I cutting cable, watching any show that we want to at any time. Me and Terry still have a lot of programming. We'll watch a show when it's aired. It's like, we don't watch enough on the internet to figure out who's going to win Survivor. We could watch it anytime we want, but there's still a part of our routine where we set, and this is coming on at this time, and we watch it. And so it's just becoming aware. If I wish anything for each and every one of you, is just to be aware and start asking yourself, where did I get that? I think this way because who said it? Where'd it come from? Why is it still true? Might be just simple enough to say, question everything. Question everything. Because there's one thing that is consistent, and that's change. That's constant change. So if someone said this is the way you do the business, that could be the way that you did business 6 months ago, a year ago. But the first time that we stayed in an Airbnb, I went, this is genius. The first time that I downloaded a free app and got in an Uber, I went, oh my God, this is genius. And even though I've been involved in a lot of other network marketing companies and learned from a lot of people, what Josh and Jenna are doing with My Daily Choice is genius. And you're going to have to learn new ways of doing things. So I was laughing with my wife to just close this out. I went on Google and I just put in, this is the word that I put in. Who has the most paid subscriptions? And all of a sudden there's these lists of people that are on YouTube. No, I was waiting for Netflix to show up. You know, when you think that, wow, Netflix has 222 million subscribers, and you think, wow, this guy, Mr. Beast on YouTube has 200 million subscribers. A person has more subscribers than some companies. How much does Costco make a year off their paid subscription, their yearly paid subscription? So the models are changing, and the person that has the most loyal customers that are doing the minimum, the 95% of the people that are not sales types. What if there was another way to do this business to make true passive residual income, and that's all you focused on? That's all you focused on. And I know there's a lot of people out there that still do business different. They want to sell the highest package the company has to get that upfront money. And the problem with doing that is now the person has enough inventory where they don't need to be on subscription. And if they don't sell all that product, then they didn't get profit. Did you guys hear that? They get so much product and they're not a sales type, so then they don't sell it all. So now they have to go back to their loved ones, their spouse, their significant other, and said, listen, I made this big investment on this product and I just can't sell it. It's not that they can't, it's just that they don't believe they can. So now not only do we lose that subscription or that subscriber, but then that subscriber tells a lot of people. And I used to say this statement, and I'm going to start saying it again. Every negative thing that you've heard about network marketing, direct sales, multi-level, a lot of business opportunities, all the negative stuff that you heard is absolutely true. It's 100% true. And here is why. It's true because people take old thinking and old ways of doing business and they apply it to this industry. And what they do is they get people involved in something that they can't duplicate. And when the person can't duplicate it, that's why this industry has left a lot of dead bodies. Pretty graphic, of people that put money in and never got a return. But is that isolated to this industry? No. Do you guys, I heard this stat, do not know if it's true, but only 1% of the people that pass their real estate license actually sell a home. Some people, don't get mad at me, I'm just saying this, some people might think that our college education right now, what if they had to prove? What if they had to prove that all people that went in debt to get a degree, they can't get a $10,000 personal loan, but they can get hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loans? And does that degree actually put them in a better place? That's a debate. I don't know. But I want you to really say to yourself when you start doing something and you say, hey, listen, because here's another thing. Do you know that a lot of people do things because other people told them? And here's the really crazy thing. They actually believe that the people that told them actually are doing the thing that they taught to generate money. No, they don't. So no one ever takes the time to say, listen, do you make money in what I do? Have you taught people how to make money? It's like, right now my son is doing something awesome for us. He created our 4-year anniversary MDC video, right? And a lot of people right now do videos where they talk about their accolades, all the stuff that they've done. And I've been very blessed, not only with an incredible life, but a credible career in this industry. And when I look at that, I'm going like, are people really impressed that I was on 2020 with John Stossel, Barb Walters, and Hugh Downs? No. Would people be more interested that I made 7 figures again last year? Possibly. So while all this crazy stuff is going on, I'm looking for people that want to even fail by 90% and make 6 figures a year. Maybe you don't need to do that. All right, so then just follow what I do for 95%. I mean 5% and make 50,000 a year. Don't have to quit your job. Just double your income. What would you do with that extra 50,000 a year in your home? So with that, I want to say I love each and every one of you. I believe in you. I know you can do this. If no one gave you permission to succeed, let me be the first. For those of you right now, my son's putting together a place where you can get everything that you need. We've got some cool stuff coming out. You can go to roberthollis.com/free. Of course, if you just go to the main domain, you'll find a lot of stuff that I'm talking about. But man, I really want to make a difference in this world. And I know I can do more than I've done before. And so, please share this with people. If you get any value out of this, share it. Make sure that you go to roberthollis.com/free. Thank you, Craig. Hi, Curtis. Hi, Tina. And the best way that you guys can give back is to get these videos to people. We only need to help a few people. Not everyone's going to get it. But if people start going, wow, I got to question every thought that I had. Where did I get this? Is it true? Why are we still doing this? Today on the news, guess what they were talking about? Is daylight savings time really still a deal? Why do we do this? Oh, well, it was to save fuel back in World War I. And it also was, something that allowed, farmers to have a little more daylight during certain months of the year so they could do their business. Was this before energy, before light bulbs, before engines that now have a generator and battery on them that have spotlights that shine up the whole entire tractor while you're driving? You mean before that? And so I love each and every one of you, and I'll see you tomorrow at the same time, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. Take care. God bless. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.